Okay, let's see how we do this. All right. My iTunes. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, what's up, love? How are you? Hey, love. Hey, there's my girl, Phoenix Rayne, and got the beautiful butterfly. Hey, what's up, ladies? Okay, hey, what's up, guys? Hello, everyone. I'm gonna get right into this, and this is actually for the women that are watching and the fellas that chime in. That get in, you get in. I'm working with my iPad, and I'm not normally doing good. Feeding the baby sounds good. All right, you know, when I put up the title, there are a few good men left out here. Actually, there's tons of good men left out here, but I'm gonna come from the platform of being a former misogynist. And for those that are saying a misogynist, yes, my name is KLBELVIN, and I am a former misogynistic pig. I titled the book From Gigolo to Jesus, which is my personal testimony about my transformation from being a misogynistic pig to a loving husband and man of God. But tonight, in listening to my girl Phoenix Rayne, actually seeing her cry, and I don't know too many men who can stand back and watch a woman cry and something inside them not want to reach out to protect or at least wipe the tears. So I was wiping your tears here in New York City, and I know you're on the other side of the country there in, I think it's Washington State you're in. So I wish I could have wiped your tears, because you should never have to cry over, you're welcome, love. You should never have to cry over the actions of a man unless it's out of something he did special. And unfortunately, you happen to be around or connected to one of us that's just no good. And there's a lot of us out here. But ladies, I do want to say this. You actually have to start checking where you're meeting some of these men. And I know a lot of these websites and I know a lot of these online situations, communities, whatever, seem like fantastic places to meet somebody. But I'm going to tell you, as a former whore, and I was good at what I did. Very good. Read my book and you'll understand. These sites allow me to manipulate the situation to where I can hide damn near every flaw I have because you're not sitting across from me. I can become whatever you need me to become because you're going to share enough with me in conversation that I can cover up a lot. Now, first of all, you would have saw my picture. I would have saw your picture. So there would have been an initial attraction due to how we look. Now, I'm not ugly by any stretch of imagination. I'm handsome and borderline arrogant, but okay. So first of all, our profiles, we would have looked over. We'd have saw that things in the profile match up. We'd have liked each other's pictures. We'd have had conversations and back and forth. And now, because of high-speed technology, we would have FaceTimed, whatever else, Hangouts, whatever, and we'd have had conversations. Doesn't mean anything. Actually, the technology allows you to be an even better liar. And the reason why you could be a better liar is you still can't get me to give up anything in an environment that I created. And if I'm the liar, which I was, my environment is going to be solid. So what I'm looking for from you is victim-like tendencies. So we're going to talk about your past relationships. We're going to talk about your hang-ups. You're going to tell me that you don't trust easy. You're going to tell me that men have caused you to feel a little uncomfortable, because I'm going to become that knight in shining armor. If I'm intelligent, which I was, I'm going to learn you and hold a conversation that seems to have you at the center. So a part of you is going to say, he's too smooth, something's wrong here. A part of you is going to say, this is what I've been waiting on. Oh my gosh. Finally, someone who gets it. Yes, I get it because I've created it. Now, how do we get around all that? We have to go backwards. We have to go back to the way our grandparents dated. They courted. They removed some of the emotion from the veil and looked at who they were dealing with. They looked at how a man treated his mother, his sisters. They saw how he was in public. You have to go back to holding real conversations with men, seeing what they're about, listening to their platform. Listen to if what's saying is too rehearsed. Let him start explaining himself to you, but listen. But don't listen for the usual hiccups of, and oh, does he have a ring on his finger? He's going to know how to do all of that. Start to look and see if what you're reading adds up to what you're listening to. And then with all of that, just go on to the next date. You don't get any props for just being who you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be you. Time. Time is the easiest way. It is also the toughest to weed out the pimp and the player. And I always hear people go, well, I don't have time. You do. Because you made time to make the dates. You made time to talk to me online. You made time to text me all day. And the minute that he sends that vulgar text, the minute that he makes that vulgar comment where he tried to push the envelope to see if it was acceptable, it's dead. Walk away. Because a real man's not going to go there. A real man is going to damn near ask permission to maybe even hold your hand. He's going to say, I don't want to be too forward. And even then, resist that natural inkling inside your chest to go, oh my God, he's the one. Stop. I may be acting. I may be a fantastic actor. And most good liars are. I'll give you an example. How you doing, man? Oh, my name's KL. I'm so happy that we got a chance to meet each other. I mean, it's been, I was a little nervous. I know we were texting back and forth, and I was hoping that I met to your expectations, because you know it's crazy out here. And oh, am I married? No, I was married. It didn't work, and I'm just chilling right now because there's a lot of crazy people out here, and I just don't want to get caught up in anything. So I'm just chilling right now. Here's what you say. How many women are you having sex with right now? Now he's going to go, whoa, 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 where'd that come from? I wanted to know if you're going to answer that. Now, if he's a gentleman, he'll say, well, that's a little forward. I don't feel comfortable discussing my sexual life with you. I don't even know you. Now, that's a plus. He didn't get defensive about the question per se. He's like, why are we going there? That's a great sign. You have to be in control of you. One of the things that always got my attention was a woman that was strong. A woman that didn't give in to my foolishness, that didn't allow me to control the situation. She allowed me to control me. She didn't allow me to control her. Every pimp, every player, every cat that is about his penis loves a woman that's in control of herself. Some niggas will call it a bottom bitch, pardon my language, because that's the chick they can trust, because they couldn't sway her with penis. They couldn't sway her with money. So once she's gotten to that point, I need to keep her close. So pimps even show you that they got a place for a chick that they feel comfortable about. But once a woman is in control of herself, once a woman has her standards and things set in a way that a dude can't get around those, he has no choice but to conform. Because at that point, anything that he tries to do is going to seem and will be game. Because he's going to push his cards forward. And if you don't know how to play poker, ladies, please learn. Poker is not just about the game that's being played. It is about the individuals who are playing it. Poker is about the cards you hold and the cards I hold, but how I can make you think about the cards I hold. And that is what's going on. And Phoenix, darling, I was listening to you today, Here's what I want you to change. Stop saying you don't trust people. I want you to turn that around and say, I have met men who have given me reason not to trust. Because you're looking at a man who can be trusted now. Some years ago, I couldn't be. So if we keep saying, I don't trust, then your gate will be so high that the real man won't want to climb it. Because he's going to say to himself, is it worth climbing all the way up there to get over to someone who's not even ready for me? So we have to change what we said. And I know you and I are both Christians, and I know we pray to the same God. God is not going to send you the right man until you're the right woman. So what that means is you have to take the time that you now said that you're going to just spend by yourself, but work on you. Be so in control of you that when a man sits across you, something about you, without even you speaking words, lets him know there's something different about her. All those love movies that we love to watch, yes, I'm a big softie. It is the fact that there was something different about the woman, about the man that caught the attention of the other. And there was an awkwardness when trying to put it together. And it wasn't always perfect. But it was the awkwardness and whatever it was about that individual that caused the person to want to ascend to what this could be. I can tell you from my own personal experience, a real man who wants a companion is listening to what you say about you. He doesn't care about the next dude. Why? Because he's not him and could care less about him. A real man wants to hear how you feel about you because he knows that is what he's going to have to deal with. A real man is going to sit across from you and want to try to fix certain things that's wrong, but he doesn't want to heal everything because he understands the energy that that takes. You're not his wife. He's not going to do that. But he'll help you out with some things because a real man already knows the clowns that are out here making it difficult for him. So he's going to come to the table open to some things. He's going to keep some things to himself because he, one, has to make sure that you're the person for him. See, a real man's going to say, I'm not sure what I want in terms of getting married right now. He'll say, I want a wife, but I'm not ready to get married right now. And what he's really saying is, I got to see if you're even that person. So I'm not going to take you down that road. But you got to have real conversations. And I call them business conversations. When you sit down and discuss your book with your editor, when you sit down and discuss your book with a bookstore, you don't sit there and really worry about what the weather is. You don't sit there and worry about how sales have been. You want to know what's going on with your book. Well, you have to take care of your personal the same way. Not so rigid, but you need to sit across from a man and be able to say to him, well, hello, sir. Hello, mate. I like that. And you have to be able to sit across from him to where you two understand that you are equal. And the idea of coming together will make you greater than either one of you could be. Yes, I'm a Christian. Thank you for asking. And so that's what it's about. The two of you have to respect each other. And respect comes from how you carry you. See, I listen to a lot of sisters and I sit back and I go, it was the educated, think they had it all together ones that made the challenge for me interesting. I used to sit back and say, okay, let me see if I can get past these defenses. Okay, if you don't believe in God, what's that got to do with the conversation? Brother, please, now's not the time. Don't make me block you. I don't have time for that. You don't believe in God? Okay. How's that affect my life? I do. We're at two different sides of the spectrum. I still love you. It is what it is. Thank you for letting me know that information. But this ain't the scope for that. Thank you. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, my brother. But anyway, so ladies, and it's simple, and any men watching too, we have to restore the belief in good men. Because they're there. There's tons of good men out there. But also remember this. The good men that you're searching for are in the same world you're in, dealing with the same foolishness that you're dealing with because they're dealing with sisters who are uncomfortable with themselves, who have been hurt by foolish dudes and carry that pain around with them. Some of those tears today, darling, was previous pain. It wasn't just the situation that happened to you. And I'm sorry that that situation happened to you. I really was. And I'm sorry that that person had to make that phone call. But both you were being lied to by the same clown. But some of that pain is pain that you're carrying with you. And you're hurting yourself all over again from stuff that's already happened. You can't heal if you're going to keep opening up a wound as it starts to heal. No way possible. You can't love God and love the pain. You have to decide which it's going to be, because God is not pain. And if we trust that we're here for a purpose, then why would we hold on to baggage that other people created or other things that we allowed people to do? Understand that you can't stop a man from lying, but you can control how it affects you. You can control how much you allow him to see of you. And when you were saying that I snap or flip at the littlest thing, you got to back away from that too. Because if you jade yourself that way, then the minute that you see a man's flaws, you'll get rid of them. Well, then now you're searching for perfection, so you're guaranteeing yourself loneliness. I'm sorry, but I'm going to be truthful with you. When you search for perfection, you're searching for emptiness. Because we all know perfection doesn't exist. We say it to each other on a regular. So you then can't try to hold men to a standard that you already know does not exist. But what you can do is you can hold men to a standard that you hold yourself to. If you hold yourself to a high standard, if you make strong demands of yourself, live at a high standard that you keep for yourself, well, then any man that approaches you, talks to you, deals with you, wants to be with you, will understand that that bar does not get lowered. But you don't raise it up because he's approached you. You stand firm on where you want it to be. Now, where that is for you, you have to decide that. Because we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to make poor choices. And this is something that's been said numerous times, but it is those choices that dictate who we become after. I am a great husband now because I was a horrible husband before. But I was with the wrong woman before. So now I got a woman that allows me to be that man. So I want to be that man. She's proven herself to be that woman. So I fight to continue to be that man even on days I may not feel like it. But it's because she kept the bar here when I met her in 1995. And then 5 years later, when I returned and met her again, that bar was exactly where it was 5 years earlier. And she wasn't about the foolishness then, and she wasn't about the foolishness the next time I met her. You have to control you. The only thing that you can do. And then when you deal with men, make sure that they understand what they're dealing with, who they're dealing with. You are a child of God. So there's no reason to hold on to any pain from any previous situation. And anybody who tries to talk you into that, they're not about you. Because love will heal all of that. But it's self-love. That's the key. Once you love yourself, you won't accept anything less. And I said to you, you are a beautiful woman, talented. You are an author, an independent businesswoman. You are a fantastic friend, because not too many people are going to move across the country to help a friend out. So why would you ever think less than of yourself? Why would you ever allow yourself to be in a position to be hurt unless a guy was just gifted at lying? And sometimes that's going to happen. And you know what? You brush it off and say, okay, one got past the defenses. But don't take previous pain with you. Let it go. And I don't care. I'm going to tell you like my grandmother told me. You cry tonight and then get your ass up and start living life tomorrow. And that's exactly what I did the night that I left my wife and I moved back home. I was in my bedroom that I was from a teenager. And my grandmother came to the door and I was in tears because I couldn't believe that I had basically blew my marriage up. And my grandmother knocked on the door. And when she opened the door, she said, "You in here crying?" I said, "No," trying to wipe my eyes. She said, "We didn't raise you to be soft. So you cry tonight and then get your ass up and start living life. Now, I left my previous wife in 2000. Since then, I'm happily divorced, happily remarried. I've written 3 books. I started a company in 2010, and I have published, along with my 3, 17 books total. So I've done more. Married a beautiful woman. We have a beautiful daughter. So I have done way better by getting out of a painful situation, but not allowing the pain to control me. You cannot move forward holding on to the pain from the past. And if you don't believe it, I'm telling you, you have to love you so much that anybody that's around you can sense the love that you have for yourself. And then they will extend that love. Your friends will extend that love. So then when a man comes into your circle, he'll sense it. He'll feel it. And yes, I know many of us have read the story of Ruth, and we understand the work that Ruth put in. But what people tend to forget about Ruth is Ruth lost her husband. Ruth lost 2 brother-in-laws. Ruth lost her father-in-law. But she stayed firm. She took care of her mother-in-law. She put the work in. And it was through that work that Boaz saw and said, yo, that's the chick right there. She out here grinding when it's just men out here. And then he put the word to the men around her. Don't touch her. Leave her alone. So even when you're not paying attention, a good man is. A good man sees what a good woman is doing. A good man knows when a woman is putting in good work. A good man knows how hard the grind is. So when he sees you grinding, he respects it. Because he knows what he expects from himself when he gets up early in the morning. So when he's up at the crack of dawn, getting on the bus, getting on the train, driving, sees you at the same gas station every morning, and y'all nod, and he says, going to work? Yeah, got to make that money. A part of him goes, that's what I'm talking about. Because he's got to canvas you too. And just like the scripture says, Boaz let another dude have the shot. When the guy said, I don't have nothing to do with her, Boaz jumped at it. Yo, you don't want her? No problem. I got this. Because he knew what she was. The other dude only knew about her history. He knew that Moabite women were whores. So that's all he knew. But he didn't know nothing about this woman. He didn't see her in the fields at night. That's why I said, get a hobby. Get into the things that you love. Get into the things that you want to do, even out there in the West. Get into it so much because once you get into it, you will attract people who's into the same things you are. And that will cause what you're looking for to gravitate to you. Your spirit will actually send out radiant energy. And the spirit in someone else will say, I see that woman all the time and she's making it happen. Or he'll come over and say, how come you don't smile? And that's all he'll want. And he'll walk away. So don't cry. But if you do, cry tonight. But know that there's some great men out here. But they're in hiding too now. We don't want the crazy chick. Nobody wants the crazy chick. Nobody won't be coming home and all their windows busted out because you was listening to Jasmine Sullivan songs 17 times in a row. So I'm just saying, understand that we're going to go through some rough times, darling. And it's not just you as a woman, as men, good men, yes. And there's a man out there right now who needs you in his life. But he can't be with you until you're ready to allow him to be in that position in your life. So if you don't know you, or you're not comfortable with you, how can that man come in and make you comfortable? Thank you, darling. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I haven't been responding to the what's name. I'm just doing what I do. But I thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. But I'm just serious because I was in the car and, excuse me, I just couldn't respond like I wanted to. So that's why I said I wasn't even going to scope tonight because I haven't been scoping because I just haven't been really feeling it. And I just want to get some water. I'm still here. I'm just going to get my water. I just haven't really felt like scoping. But tonight, when I saw you come on, drinking like an alcoholic, it really touched me because I don't like to see women cry anymore. I've caused enough tears in my time. You're welcome, darling. I've caused enough tears in my time. And I said, and I say this often, I say it when I go out and speak, I owe all the women that I did dirty. And I may not be able to go back and make it up to them, but I'll damn sure stand in front of every woman that needs somebody there in front of them. I'll stand alongside every woman that needs some man to stand alongside them, and I'll protect as many of you as I can. And if it's nothing by just giving away the information that's going to help protect you, then that's what I do. And that is what I go out and speak about. It is what I do out on the street. It is what I do on a regular. Because some men just don't know how to voice what they're feeling. And they're out there. And they want great women. They do. I'm working on a book now that's going to help bring to light the problems with baby daddy drama. And I'm going to expose or put a light on some of the men that are out here that are actually creating children that they can't take care of. And I was that dude at one time. And I don't hide from my past. I don't run from it. I don't care what people think about what I used to be. And people can call me a lot, and they have. I have been called everything by parents, by whoever, and they were right. I'm not that man no more. And I know that men can change, but my change came because of the Lord and because of my wife. Her strength and who God is helped place me in position to continue what I had started. But the first thing was me realizing I didn't want to live that life anymore. Just like I'm saying to you, tonight you got to look in the mirror and you have to see the beautiful woman that you are. Yes, you're going to have to do like my girl in what's the movie, the show Murder, whatever, How to Get Away with Murder. Take the wig off, take the makeup off. You're in your house, ain't nobody going to see. Take all the accessories off. See the beauty in that woman. The accessories enhance the beauty that's already there. But if you need the accessories to feel beautiful, then something's missing in that mirror. Take off everything. And if you want, stand there butt-ass naked. Because you got to learn to love every inch if you want him to love every inch. I'm telling you. Because if you're uncomfortable, he's going to be uncomfortable. Because he's going to feel uncomfortable in trying to figure out how to make you comfortable. He's going to say to you, there's nothing wrong with you being naked. I like seeing you that way. He's going to tell you there's nothing wrong with how you look. You don't need the wig. But if you're stuck to the accessories, then you're going to feel you're not you without them. Look in that mirror and find the beauty that God created. Sits right there. I'll let you in on a secret or a trick that I used to use when I was pimping. When I was pimping, I would stand in front of a mirror and I'd have a woman. I always dated full-figured women, so all my plus-size ladies that's on understand that I am a fan. I am a lover of plus-size women. Yes, sexy starts at size 16. I would stand a woman in front of a mirror and stand just behind her with my head on her shoulders. Most of the time I was taller than the woman, so I'd crouch down. And I'd put my head on her shoulders and I would say, look in that mirror. And you don't know how many times the woman would actually not be able to look at herself in the mirror. And I would say, no, come on, I want you to look. And I would say, do you see the beauty that I see? And do you know how difficult it was for some women to look at themselves? I knew right then and there I had them. I knew that if she could not look at herself in the mirror, there was no way in hell she was going to tell me no to anything that I wanted. That's why you have to take control of you. You have to look in that mirror long before some man stands you in that mirror and see your beauty. So when he stands behind you for real and says, I love the way your cheeks look, you've already said that to yourself. When he says, I love the way your nose look, you're going to say, I thought that same thing. When he says, I love your smile, you're going to say, that's one of the things I do when I'm in the mirror all the time. I cheese all the time. But if you can't see it, he can tell you anything. If you don't feel it, he'll input any feelings that he wants you to feel. So who becomes the puppet? And who becomes the puppet master? Cut the strings and take control of yourself. Stand in that mirror in your raw nakedness, flaws and all, and find the beauty. Know that there is beauty. And if you can't see it the first time, tell the mirror, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow. And before you put on your accessory, stand in front of that mirror again and go, you know, my chin ain't too bad. That's a start. My cheeks ain't too bad. I got cute ears. Until you can work up to everything being sexy. When you get there, that's when you become radiant. And that radiance, is what a man picks up on. So guys, I hope that I have been helpful tonight. As I said, I was not planning on scoping tonight, but I have been in such a mood of trying to make personal change. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. I have been in such a personal change that I've really been focusing on. Oh, anytime, darling. You didn't call me, so this is what I would have said to you on the phone. But we had a lot of people join us in our conversation. So, and I'm glad all the women that's here. I love you all. And I just felt like bumped them knucklehead. Very true. I just felt like with the changes that I've been trying to make, part of those changes is that I'm going to do whatever I can to help others, because my movement is to serve the Lord in the capacity that He created me, and that capacity is to help others. It's why I'm going back to school to study ministry/counseling. It's why my books are taking the shape that they're taking. It's why I'm doing the things that I'm trying to do, and that is to make a way with my talents to help others. So baby doll, trust me when I tell you, you're gorgeous. And I'm not saying that just for saying it. I'm a fan of full-figured women. You're gorgeous. You're talented. So you have going for you more than you realize. You got to find it for you. And when you find it, hold it. Push it so far down into your heart that your heart expands for the good reasons. And then when you walk out the door, let that new heart and that new radiance be out in front of you. Shoulders back. Head high. This bitch thinks she hot. You damn right. Who does chick think she is? Phoenix Rayne. Or you can give me your real name. Whatever. But the idea is you have to carry yourself in such a way that a person looks at you like, I might have to check this chick out. So you can't get that on a website. You can't get that unless you're sitting across from a person, or like we're doing right now. But I want to see a person in person. So again, I hope that this has been helpful, ladies. I am glad for all the hearts. I thank you so much. Listen, I'm here anytime that you need me. Reach out. You have my phone number. This is what we have to do for each other. We have to undergird each other, meaning that when you're weak, I got you. And there may come a time I may need you to hold me up, but this is what we do. So don't hate. Love you. And watch how God works. You'd be surprised how when you get into you, He'll send you what you need. I'll give you an example. Tell you about Tiff and I. The night Tiff and I reconnected, Tiff and I met in 1995. I was married, going to York College. Right, Nikki? Shout out to York College. And tried to talk to her, whatever. She found out I was married, didn't want to have anything to do with me. Okay. Fast forward to 2000. My marriage is pretty much failing, completely done, destroyed. It's like, whatever. Go York. There you go. And I remember I was at the track, and I remember saying to myself, Lord, just send me somebody who understands me. I didn't even ask for love. I just said, understand me, because I knew how difficult I was to deal with. I knew how nasty I was. What I didn't know is that same night, Tiff had prayed to God and said, just send me somebody who loves me, because she was tired of dudes the same way you were. So when we reconnected, and I attempted to talk to her, one of the first things she said, are you still married? And I said, no, I'm separated, pending divorce. I'm waiting for the divorce to be final. So that's how we reconnected. My divorce was final in 2003. Tiff and I have been together since. But she held that bar. So even though she was excited that I had left my wife, you still got to get that divorce. And because she didn't give in to who I was, she forced me to raise my game. Now, I didn't completely change. Let me explain that. And anybody that's read my book will know. It took me to realize that I couldn't live without Tiff and God. And Tiff said that to me. You either got to choose the hoes in the street or God and me. That's it. And I made a choice. And I made that choice because I knew her worth to my life. You can't be that until you know you. So yes, there are some great guys out here. But they're in hiding because they don't want to get hurt anymore either. So I hope that anybody that watches this now or has stayed with us for the 35 minutes on replay, whatever, share this with as many women as you can who need help. And if you need to reach me directly, if you want to speak to me directly, because this is what I do, and this is what I will be doing going forward, you can reach me at main office at bravenpublishing.com. My website is www.braven, BRAVIN, publishing.com. Our office voicemail is on my website. So go by the website. You can leave me a voicemail message, and I'll get back in touch with you. If you want me to come speak to your women's group, your church group, your organization, reach out. We can set something up. I am a professional. I am the author of a poetry book, A Man in Transition, my memoir, From Gigolo to Jesus, and my new book, which will be released next Friday, Lukewarm Saint, which is about an educator who is torn between his love for women and these negative feelings that he keeps getting after he's with different women, with two friends, one telling him bed down as many women as possible, and another friend saying you need to change your life. His mother and grandmother begging him to change and not be like his father and grandfather. What is he to do? You have to read to find out what caused him to make a choice one way or the other. I'm not going to give it away. But we all have to decide on what we're going to do. And that's what I'm hoping that the book gets folks to understand, that we are the product of our choices. And that people are affected by our choices no matter what, good and bad. And the book is actually book one of books that I am writing, moving towards what I'm changing my brand to. So I will be working along with churches. As a consultant, I will be doing more mentoring, and I will be doing more public speaking going forward, because it is now time to come out of the shadows and do more in terms of helping and protecting those in the kingdom of God. So I'm not worried about those who don't understand what the faith is. I am trying to help save the life of those who have made the choice to be in the faith, because too many of us are straddling the fence. So my feet are in the water completely to try to help. So this is what I'm doing. I am on Facebook, KLBELVIN, Google+, KLBELVIN, Twitter, KLBELVIN, Tumblr, LinkedIn. Feel free to reach out at any time. Feel free to share this with whoever. And like I said, reach out. And so you guys that are still with me, I thank you so much for the hearts. I thank you so much for taking the time out. And all of you, myself included, let's take a minute tonight, say our prayers, and thank the Lord that we're here, because these are some very desperate and dark times in this country. And we have to find a way to find peace within ourselves, because there's a lot of negativity going on around us. And we have to find a way to help each other in the works that we create, the words that we speak, and the things that we do. So I hope that this has been helpful to all that are watching. Phoenix, darling, you got it going on. I probably would have tried to get at you when I was younger. But you need to keep yourself together. You're good. Don't hate. Just know that you got all the talents that a woman needs. You're going to make somebody a tremendous wife someday. I got you. I believe that. All right? So, guys, and you're a talented author. I got to read your book, too. I'm not going to lie. It's in my Kindle. I just haven't got to it. I've been so busy. But listen, I miss your scopes talking about your books during the day, actually, when I'm teaching, when I'm off. And we have another author, my girl, Nikki P. Serene. But another author who has her second book coming out. And we have a radio show host, I think, The Beautiful Butterfly. And actually, Nikki and Phoenix Rayne, you need to reach out to The Beautiful Butterfly to set up an opportunity to be on her show, to speak about your books, set up to be a guest on her show. So definitely reach out to The Beautiful Butterfly. If you're not following her, follow her. And then she's on Facebook, Beautiful Butterfly. And reach out and set up for her blog talk show. She is fantastic. It is definitely a fantastic way to promote your work. It only cost you one book. send her a book so she can read it. And she does a tremendous job with interviews. She will definitely create a lot of questions, which you then can repost on your websites, on your blog sites, on your Facebook pages. And again, it's great promotion. I did her show a couple weeks ago. I had a wonderful time. As soon as my book is ready, I'll send her a copy. She was there when I did From Gigolo to Jesus. She was there when I did A Man in Transition. I've been on her show a few times. I've done poetry on her show. Actually, she's had other authors that I've worked with. So she's interviewed quite a few people that I do business with. So you ladies as authors need to connect with her. So definitely reach out to Beautiful Butterfly on Facebook, and definitely and let her know that you're interested in setting up an interview. And like I said, she is great at what she does. And anybody else, if you're an author or know an author, or if you have any other talents, reach out to the Beautiful Butterfly. She is a woman of many talents. Bianca Fly is a fantastic friend and supporter of Tiffany. So again, ladies, I want to say thank you so much for the hearts. I want to say to you, please share this with your female friends, especially when they start saying that men ain't, and you know what that comes with that. A lot of us aren't. A lot of us aren't crap. But there are so many more that are. And I always think of this fact. When Elijah was in the cave, nervous and scared, first thing God said to him was, why are you here in this cave? Second thing was when Elijah said, well, the woman's trying to kill me. He said, listen, there's 7,000 that you don't even know about. Even the king, the next king of Israel, is amongst those 7,000. So hold on to that for this reason. When you think there's nothing left for you, trust me, there is more than you could even think about that God has on hold for you. But he's not going to send it or even announce it to you until you're ready. Remember that. And he was speaking to one of his own. Why are you in this cave? And there's 7,000 you don't even know about. And the next king is amongst those 7,000. Ladies, have a wonderful night.